Hi, I'm Linda and we're students from UWA.
And I'm Astrid.
And I'm Georgina.
And we created Lawra, a digital assistant that triages potential community legal centre clients to the appropriate centre to prevent them bouncing around to the different centres.
So thanks for being here today, guys, and congratulations on winning last year's hackathon. It's really good to have you here. We just wanted you to tell us a bit about your winning idea, Lawra, and what inspired you to create it on the weekend.
Well, I might just touch on this. So the inspiration came from a few of us in our team had worked at a community legal centre before, and we found that a lot of the time we were there, taking calls was spent referring on other clients. So someone would call up, speak to us for about 20 minutes about their story and everything that had happened to them. And we'd realised that we couldn't help them at our community legal centre and we'd have to refer them on to someone else. And we just noticed that was spending a lot of time that could have been spent actually giving advice to people and helping people. So our idea, Lawra, was developed just to kind of hopefully fix that problem by triaging clients before they pull up the website through like a little pop-up chat box that they end up answering questions to figure out what the best CLC to help them is. And then they get given their contact details.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
That's really good. And how has Lawra developed since you guys took part in the hackathon?
So we initially sort of got in contact with Kate Offer and she suggested that we do this as like a formal unit. So the three of us sort of did the unit and we contacted all the relevant CLCs and they were like really happy to come on board. So we spent semester one just doing up the report, like doing up our decision trees. And so right now we're working with coders for courses to actually bring our idea to life and creating like a proper prototype.
That's excellent. And when you say decision trees, you mean like the types of questions that you'd ask the client to bring them through to the correct CLC? No, that's really great.
Yeah.
So how have you actually found the process of turning Lawra from an idea into a real life technical application? What's that been like for you?
It's definitely had some issues going through. I think we all knew it was going to be quite a big project, but especially like just doing it as a project and having to use free resources, the decision trees kept crashing Excel and they were just getting bigger and bigger. So at the moment we've just decided to split them into separate decision trees and that's working well.
So you've been using some free software. What sort of stuff have you guys used for that project?
Basically just Excel.
Yeah, Excel's the
main
one.
That's great.
It's been a lot of work trying to like work with the restraints of Excel, but
but it's great that you've been able to achieve so much with something that everyone has on their home computer just about, unless you have a Mac.
I think that was like the idea. I think we needed it to be something we could all access for free. We just have the resources for anything else.
Yeah, that's great. And what other surprises or challenges have you guys encountered along the way in terms of building this into a product?
Maybe sort of working with CLCs, they're already like time poor to begin with. So like sometimes like getting in contact with them is quite difficult because they're obviously going to help their clients but also deal with us as well. But they've all been very receptive and they've given us like a lot of their time, which has been really good to really see. But yeah, initially it was really sort of hard to get in contact and or get responses back, but we managed to get through that. So
that's really good. I guess in the long term it will help them to save time, but it must be so hard for them to spend the time now because they're so busy already. So did the three of you know much about legal innovation or legal tech before you actually took part in the hackathon last year?
I think it's probably a little bit of a separate question for each of us. So
Okay, go ahead.
I didn't know anything about legal innovation. I just started on a whim to do the hackathon and just kind of went from there. I wasn't exposed to that kind of side of the legal sector.
I think I had known a little bit about it, but had just kind of like decided to like delve a little bit more into it, and was so glad that I did. And now I'm kind of obsessed with it. So.
I was the same too. I sort of like knew a little bit of it and like I watched a few like AI movies and I was like, this is cool. And then I said, did the hackathon on a whim and I was like, let's just do it, and I really enjoyed it. And I also did like the legal aptitude unit as well, which really helped.
Oh, that's great.
Just build like my understanding and saying like I've become super obsessed with it. So
And legal aptitude is the unit where you spend a semester building something that's useful for a community legal
clients.
centre.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah.
No, that's lovely. So what do you guys hope will happen with your idea, Lawra, in future?
Hopefully it'll go on to help a lot of people. Our goal is to get it distributed throughout WA first, and hopefully if that works well, then take it to a national scale and work with CLCs across Australia. But obviously that's quite a bit in the future, and we just need to keep working on what we're doing at the moment. Make sure it's really good for WA.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's next for the three of you? Has participating in the hackathon and working on Lawra together had an impact on any of your career plans?
Well, I think now it's because it's opened my mind to legal tech. I definitely think whenever I'm looking at companies or firms or potential to work at, I do ask these questions. I'm what are you doing in AI or legal tech? So I definitely think I've been more open to asking those questions and actually seeing what they do. So. Yeah,
in terms of a employment perspective, if they're not doing anything about it, then it becomes to me a bit of a concern. So
How about yourself?
I'm very much the same as them. I really loved innovation and changing things and seeing what you can do or how you can, disrupt the legal sector. So I'd really like to go into a career that allows me to keep doing projects like this.
Well, that's great. And what tips and advice do you guys have for students taking part in the hackathon this year?
Firstly, it's great that they're doing it because they should definitely do it. What do you guys think?
I think you can go.
For mine, the biggest one was when we were thinking about things to do, the referral system, it kind of, for me, it first seemed it's a bit simple, we'll never win, but as we started to do it, we realised how good of an idea it was. So I think the best piece of advice is just throw out as many ideas as you can, and even if it seems simple, just go with it.
Yeah, and I think also just find a problem and then solve the problem. Don't go this would be nice to have, it's a good idea. Be what isn't a problem we have now? What's something we can solve tomorrow? Because I think that's what ended up, the feedback we got from the judges was that was the reason that we won, because it was something we could roll out tomorrow.
Yeah, I think my advice is just actually believe in yourself, because I think I went into the weekend thinking I don't know about anything, and we came out of it really empowered. And we were actually we do know stuff, and also just really just get involved, ask lots of questions, and because I feel if you don't immerse yourself in the experience, you're not going to get a lot out of it. So immerse yourself in the experience, ask questions. Work with your teammates. Yes, spit out lots of ideas, even if they sound crazy. And at one point, we had robot judges.
Oh,
yeah.
So yeah.
Well, it's not the worst idea. There are some countries actually passing legislation to stop robot judges. But no, that's really good advice. So really jumping in and getting involved, and no idea is a silly idea. It's all about solving problems. That's fantastic. So thanks so much, guys, and congratulations on winning last year, and I hope that you'll get to speak at the hackathon this year and inspire this year's students to come up with some really great ideas to help people.
Thank you.
Thank you.